looking at Hanji except one. And it's Sasha. She's got her back turned to Hanji and she's just watching the plane take off.
Was that Sasha?
Yeah. She had her little
No, it wasn't.
ponytail. Mm-hmm. Yep.
Interesting. Hey, we got
Mm-hmm.
Jewel here. Hello.
Ooh.
Hello.
Hello. Hello.
I did not know
We're
that
just
was
talking about
Sasha.
Attack on Titan. Yeah. I mean,
Oh,
I think it was
you are.
Sasha. It's not confirmed, but I'm pretty sure.
Fuck.
Yeah. Old potato
Wait,
girl.
what specifically are you talking about?
So I saw
Uh-oh.
a TikTok. I saw a TikTok right before this where like when Hanji sees Erwin and everyone, they're all looking at Hanji except one, and it's Sasha. She has her back turned and she's watching the plane take off.
Yeah.
So is she
Yeah.
alive?
No.
No.
We all saw her die.
That hurt, Val. That hurt.
I just want them to come back to life.
No, she's gone.
Oh my gosh.
Where's
No,
Kaiser?
I really thought it was good.
Is Kaiser hopping on?
He won't be able to make it. He said something came up. He's studying, so I was like, "No worries, bro. At least you told me 4 hours before." So
yeah. No, I saw him on the agenda, and I was like, "Damn, Kaiser's gonna be on every episode."
He might as well be.
I know. Number 3.
Right, but
just kidding. Funny, haha.
But Michelle is gonna hop on for the Attack on Titan episode.
Oh,
I'm so excited.
This is so weird. This little scene that they're showing, like I found this mythology history explained in this fucking thing, so I'm playing in the background. But when what's her name? What's her name? San. Yeah, when San was fucking sucking the blood out that wolf, I was like, that's wild. Like, why can't she just use her hands and pull out that bullet?
Maybe her hand didn't fit.
Maybe. But yeah, I can't wait to tear this movie apart.
Tear it apart? Oh my god, the little tree guys. They're my favorite, the tree spirits.
Yeah.
They're so cute with their little heinies.
That's like when they're doing like the piggybacking, it's so cute.
Oh my god, I know. So after I watched this movie the first time, I bought because I have plants all over my house. So I bought a little set on Amazon where you can like put them in your planter. So I have these guys all over my house. You buy a 30-pack for like $3 and they're glow in the dark. Oh, I love it.
I love that.
Love it.
Yeah, they kind of, I don't know if you've ever played any Legend of Zelda, but they remind me of the Kokiri, which are like forest spirits in Zelda. But they're all like different, which is really cool because all of the Kodama in Mononoke, they all look very different. And all of their forms are unique, which is really cool.
Yeah. Uh-oh, what just happened? No. I really hope I don't get kicked off again, Val.
I know you're on a roll. You were on a roll. You were like, I think you were like trying to summarize.
I was mid-sentence.
Yeah, you were hyping this movie up, and it just cut you off. And Kaiser was like, "Why did you kick her?" I was like, "I didn't kick her."
No, my computer decided to go through an edit or an update and just knocked me out.
These are cool little features. What's going on here?
Ooh.
Nice. But Jewel, I'm just gonna run down, how we do this. But
okay.
So I will. Goodness, I lost my train of thought. There's gonna be a countdown, right? So it's already recording right now. So I'm gonna play this little. So that's going to count down right there. And then right after it finishes, then we're going to start. I'll go ahead and introduce the show. I'll introduce Amanda. When I say Amanda's name, Amanda says hi or whatever she wants to do. And then I'll go into like introducing you as a guest. So I'll be like, hey, Jewel, thank you for being on the show. You can be like, hey, or whatever you want to do. And then usually after that, we go straight into what this episode is about. We'll be like, oh, this episode we're tackling Princess Mononoke. And then we give a summary. I feel like we should do the summary like everybody should take turns. So I asked Amanda to do the summary this episode. And then after that, I have 2 topics which I sent, and it's about what's a memorable scene, and then the other one was I can't remember it now. What if could there have been anything different that would have been done in the movie that would have made it better? I'm just going off the top of my
I
head.
didn't think about that question yet.
Yeah, I mean, we have time to think about it.
There.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really have an answer because I don't think, but I just want to be able to talk
You
about it
don't
when we
think?
start. I think there's honestly, I enjoyed it. I really did enjoy the movie. I don't think
Nope.
there
Save
could have
that.
been.
Save that.
I
Save
know
that.
that. I know.
Don't do that to me yet.
All right, we'll save that
to me
reaction
yet.
later. And then Amanda usually has a segment after I finish like the 2 questions, but no segment this time. So we'll just jump into anything that you want to discuss as a guest, like going back to introduce. I usually ask the guest like, "What's your favorite anime?" So you can give your favorite anime. Tell us why that's your favorite anime. And then I'll just wrap it up. Since we don't have a Amanda's segment, I think this might be short. So I'll just wrap it up and boom, bada bing, bada pow.
Oh,
I don't know. As we're talking about it, something might pop in my head, but
yeah,
we'll get there. I'm not terribly concerned. We'll figure it out.
Well, we'll see what happens. This fucking deer god was so creepy. There is one fucking scene where like homie is like dying or something, or like they're in a fight or trying to figure out something.
Oh, like
and
when
then
cut off.
yeah, the deer god was on water and looked on the side and then just walked away and disappeared. I was like, bro, ain't you gonna help? But that's
we can get
wild.
into that. We'll get into that.
Oh, what the involvement of the deer god?
Mm-hmm.
It's a deer, right? No,
I think he just looks closest to a deer.
Got you. So it's a forest god.
Like, yeah, he's the god of the forest. But
he's almost got bird feet, and then he's got the antlers, and then he's got like the hair. His hair is kind of like a lion. He's got like a mane in the front, and then his face kind of reminds me of a monkey. So I think he's just supposed to be a mix of all the different types of animals in the forest. I don't know. I don't know.
Who would have thought?
Yeah.
And how many Ghibli movies are out there?
Oh, there's a lot.
I feel like there's like 10 or 15.
Mm-hmm. Jesus. Some are better than others, but
yeah,
this one's up there for me.
More like action filled ones.
Yeah.
Because the ones like Spirited Away and Howl's Moving Castle and Kiki's Delivery Service are all like
kind of wholesome.
Yeah, and I would say just less like this one definitely is tailored more towards like an older crowd. It has more, not even like mature content, but like I feel like the meaning behind it is a little deeper than just like some of the other films.
I would consider this fairly mature content. I mean,
yeah,
at least to my knowledge, in the other Ghibli movies, you don't see people's arms and heads getting,
Yeah, I mean, they're in a war.
Yeah.
Huh. Okay. Is Spirited Away how do I want to word this? Is it the most popular of Ghibli's, or is it this one, this Princess Mononoke?
I would say that Spirited Away is the best known.
Okay.
Studio Ghibli movie, and I think
put
that
Howl's
that
up there
that like Miyazaki and really enjoy the Ghibli movies. I don't think a lot of people would say that Spirited Away is their favorite.
Got you.
I would say a lot of people will lean more towards Mononoke. My favorite is Howl's Moving Castle, but like the very first Ghibli movie, which is Nausicaa of the Valley of the Wind, I rewatched it recently. and it's so underrated. People don't talk about it enough. It's stunning, and it's kind of similar to this one where
What's the name of it again?
Nausicaa of the Valley of the Wind.
Nausicaa. Got you.
Yeah.
And another Ghibli one is Grave of Fireflies that Kaiser keeps trying to get everybody to watch.
Yeah,
It's
Grave of
straight up
Fireflies?
that
What is that?
Grave of Fireflies is literally, it's like ranked the
It's so
number
good.
one most sad anime movie ever created.
Why?
It's so depressing.
Oh, a
It's-
therapist reacts to Grave of Fireflies? Why is that the first hit?
So
What is
Grave
this
of Fireflies,
about?
it's about these two kids. I haven't watched it, but from
I
what I
haven't
understand,
either, and really not for any particular reason, but like,
yeah,
there are
just don't want to
other
be sad.
Ghibli movies that are really sad that like I don't know.
Yeah.
Especially now that Kaiser keeps pushing it, I want to watch it even
Mhm.
less.
I think I'm going to watch it soon. I'm gonna wait for a downhill slope in my emotional my emotional
Yeah,
state.
when you're
Once I
ready
hit
to
that
hurt.
bottom, then I'll watch this. But yeah, so you just
Yeah.
saw there's two kids and like they're in the middle of war. Their country's in the middle of war, and basically they like don't have a home, they don't have food, their parents are dead, and then the little one that's on his back dies, and he carries her around like as he's trying to survive throughout this war. He just carries his dead sibling on their back, and it's just so sad. So sad.
Yeah.
It looks
And
like
freaking
it looks
Kaiser,
like
I
an
think, made his little
emotional
sister
movie.
watch it last night.
Did he really?
Yeah.
Trauma.
Oh my god.
But he
His
won't
sister
watch
does like
it.
movies like this though. When did this movie come out?
It's pretty old.
Oh, this is old. 80,
Yeah, the
80
animation
something.
looks 8 years
It's got to
ago.
be
The
like,
trailer.
I'm going to say 87.
Google knows everything.
Google knows everything.
You know what? I think that Nausicaa actually was from the 80s.
Really?
Yeah.
Let me see.
It's the first one. And actually, that one is based off of an original story that Miyazaki wrote.
Yeah.
Grave of Fireflies was 88.
Interesting. 88?
Mm-hmm. 88.
Princess Mononoke was what, 1999?
I think
97.
97?
Yeah, I was gonna say I think Spirited Away is like 99,
03.
2000.
I think it's
That's
2003.
wild.
Because I feel like that's why it has so much popularity, is because it's their most recent one.
Yeah.
Spirited Away.
I love that the full
Spirited
movie's on
Away. Oh, 2001. 2001.
Spirited Away is 2001. Got you.
Mm-hmm.
Interessante.
Yeah, I think the
Interesting.
most recent one is only yesterday, maybe.
Yeah.
But like when Marnie is there is really sad. But that one just feels like, because if you've ever battled with like depression, that one hurts.
Oh, is that what it is? The Fireflies is about depression?
No, when Marnie was there is about
Oh.
like a girl who is like ill, and so she doesn't have a lot of friends, and basically goes to live with like one of her aunts on this coastal town while she's trying to like get well, and the whole time she's just like battling with her own depression and like learning about her family that used to live there, and that one just hits different because especially like at the end, I was just like a puddle. That one just hits deep. And I think it's just because that one also just feels more like realistic, and just like there's not a huge like fantasy element to it. But that depression content be hitting.
You have Avatar on. Why are we watching Avatar?
Not watching Avatar.
I just clicked it. It looked interesting.
Look at
So
Nausicaa.
yeah, that's probably what they're talking about. I muted it, but I think Avatar is very beautiful. Like I think I miss it. I wish it was back in our. I wish it was current. I wish it was back ongoing. You know, it was
Yeah,
really.
I actually watched Avatar for the first time in 2020.
What?
Yeah, I wasn't really like
Damn. What did you think about it?
particular reason, but
Yeah.
I just like finally was like, okay, like let's do it. And I made the mistake of taking edibles before I watched the last episode.
Jesus.
So I mean,
Why?
because I'm a degenerate. I didn't know that the last Agni Kai
I could
was gonna
not
happen.
imagine
I did
being
not
high
know
watching
that
anime.
I would be disheveled.
Yeah.
I got absolutely obliterated, and whenever it was over, I immediately went to bed.
Yeah.
I was like, I cannot look at anything else right now. Like that was a masterpiece. That was beautiful, and like I couldn't even look at everything else is trash right now. Like I just got to go to bed.
How many after this question we'll start. How many shows do you watch high?
Honestly, not that many. But
I just want to know, like, is it fun? Is it different? Like, obviously it's different, but like, is it?
Well, I watched some of Stranger Things while high,
Oh
and that was
fuck no, you're tripping.
that was a mistake.
Yeah,
that would give me nightmares.
Hell yeah.
It felt like very overwhelming, and it was that episode in season 2,
Yeah.
where the what is it? The mind flare is like entering Will's body.
Oh, that shit was
like
creepy.
he's on the football field and like all the smoke is like coming into his body, and it's really freaky. It's also the episode where like the cat gets eaten, so obviously I was traumatized by that, and I felt like so overwhelmed the whole time because I was like, holy fuck, like what the fuck is happening? And then I was like, so much happened, but I feel like I missed everything. So the next day I was like, okay, I need to rewatch that episode again. And I got 5 minutes in and I was like, I remember everything. What the fuck am I thinking about? Like, I just doubted myself.
Goodness. My bad. I'm watching how this guy's just bending right now. But
I think he's doing martial arts.
I think so. But no, I couldn't imagine watching Stranger Things high. Like that's fucking
that's
terrible.
not the move.
No.
Let me tell you from personal experience, do not go down that path.
Yeah. Who just joined in? Who's this? Who's Test? What the fuck are you? That was weird.
Did we let him in?
Mm-mm. They just disappeared.
I wonder if that's Krishan trying to do it from his car.
You think so?
I could see it.
Did he watch it?
Yeah, I think he watched it at the same time.
He's seen it before too. I made him watch it one other time.
I literally just watched it.
Did you really? You finish a rewatch?
Yeah, I did.
Head ass.
So it's fresh on your mind.
It
is so fresh on your mind right now.
That's actually probably a great way to do it. Anytime we do one of these like rewatch that we're gonna review, I'm gonna do it that way. If it's a movie, at least. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
No,
best believe I'm rewatching the new Attack on Titan episode before next week or before.
I'm gonna rewatch it. It was
I'll probably rewatch it 4 times between now and then.
It was so fucking good. Like
10 out of 10 episode.
Yeah, it deserves every accolade it's getting right now. Like there was nothing wrong with it besides the execution.
Did we find out if it was confirmed that like this was just like the one episode and then we're getting like another one in
Amanda could talk on it. I don't know.
I don't know if it's confirmed, but that is what I'm seeing more frequently than not.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
I have finished the manga, so with
Mhm.
what I know, it makes sense that
Yeah,
we
there's
get
just not enough left
there's
for them
not.
to do unless they do another special or a movie.
I
I'd
could see
really
them
love
doing
to see
a
a
I don't know
movie
why
movie.
they didn't do a movie. Honestly.
because
I
they're
think
trying to milk it.
Yeah, but if they
I
went
think
the movie
doing
route, people would
an
have bought
extended
tickets. Yeah, and it would have made more
yeah.
money than it being on stream and everything,
You know
and
what I could see
Crunchyroll
them
crashing and
doing
everything.
would be to do both of them, like in a theater. If they're both going to be like 1 hour episodes, then
Oh, yeah.
to play both of them like back to back.
Or, I mean, they could even do like what Demon Slayer did and just show the entire last episode as part of the movie. That was fun.
Hey, but you know
I'll
what?
make a lemonade
I
real
did
quick.
tell
I'll
you
be
guys that
right.
it wasn't a movie. I let
I
everybody
didn't know.
know.
I had no idea. I thought it was gonna follow, like, the same course as the previous one, and when we started rewatching, I thought, "Did I dream this? Like, I swear to God, I've seen this before." I had no idea. And then the fact that they didn't even combine them to make it feel like a movie, they literally put, like, the episode numbers in there, they put the credits at the end of all, what, 3 or 4 episodes they covered. I was just very surprised by that.
Yeah. I mean, I read about it beforehand, so like I did know
Mm,
what I was getting myself into.
gotcha.
Um, as far as like Mugen Train goes, I was really surprised that they didn't just say like, yeah, the movie's canon and just we're just gonna pick up on the last half of season 2, starting in
Mhm,
the entertainment district. Um,
mhm.
but I thought it was really cool to see those last 2 episodes in theaters. Like, that
Mhm.
experience, I think, was
Yeah,
incredible. Um,
yeah.
and of course, like, I love Tengen. He definitely is one of my favorite characters in the Demon
Daddy.
Slayer universe.
Don't say that
Um,
fucking word, motherfucker.
Oh, I love it.
he's
I
here.
love it.
Yeah,
He is
Krishan
here
said he's
Looking very
going
always.
flashy.
to listen
Yeah.
to the. No fucking way. No way you have. I was trying to see it.
Here.
Let me see that motherfucker.
Daddy. Look how cute he is with both
He's
hands
smiling.
intact.
Oh, oh
That's
man.
fucking cute.
I love him.
Aw.
Well, I'm about to start. Sorry, I was checking a gambling prop. But yeah, let's start this. Y'all ready? Y'all ready to kick this off?
Let
Hey,
go.
You're
let's fuck it up. Welcome to Anime for Three. I hope you're strapped in because we are going to have a colorful conversation this episode around a great series of questions. I am joined with my co-host Amanda, and we have a beautiful, stunning guest. Her name is Jewel, and Jewel, I always ask our guests that show up on our show to just tell us about your favorite anime and why it is your favorite anime. So go ahead and introduce yourself.
Hello. I'm Jewel.
Hi, Jewel.
Hi.
hi, Jewel.
I feel like for at least you guys and like my fellow weaves, it is no surprise that my favorite anime is Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. As far
You let them know. You let them know why. I got your back. You let them know why.
well, the why is I feel like it's such like a perfectly well-rounded show. It's got the action, the conspiracy, it hits you in the feels. And then you also get like a little bit of romance, just like a little sprinkle, not too much. And like it also has that like the conspiracy and like all of the like it
has racism.
It does. It also has like all of the unrest within the military, and how it's like polluted and
Revolution.
Yeah, it's
It's phenomenal. I'm so glad that that's your favorite anime. That's mine too. But we
it
already
is.
know each other about that stuff.
I would say that it's probably like my favorite show like ever.
Yeah.
Even within like the just non-anime TV realm, it just holds up so well, and I haven't really found anything that is as special to me as that is. And it's nostalgic because I grew up watching the original when I was beginning my anime journey, and then like learning what I did about Full Metal, and then when the manga was finally finished, they reanimated it, and that's what Brotherhood is. And to get to see the real ending that it was intended to have was just so cool.
It was beautiful.
Yeah, especially I remember like the scene with Lust and Roy. That's like the first moment in the show where you're like, holy shit.
This show is something special.
Yeah, this show pops off.
Yeah. Yeah.
And at that, you're like, I need to know what happens because, like, one, I didn't know that Roy was such a bad dude, but like, he just burnt this girl to a crisp.
Yeah, but can you blame him? And you know, we can keep talking about it. We could talk about it. Oh, we probably need a dedicated episode.
Bring me back for the Brotherhood episode.
You know it's coming.
It'll be a 3-hour special.
You know it's coming because I want to ask you this, and then we'll move on. How many times have you rewatched Brotherhood?
I would say I probably rewatch once a year.
Damn, that's more than me. But it's really good. Like it's a show that can be rewatched. There's not a lot of anime that I mean, Hunter is really good. Exactly. Yeah. So, I mean, but
I'm gonna need to do a rewatch before we do that episode because it's been so long.
Listen, it's coming. It's coming. It's coming. As soon as all these anime like die off, like all these like fire animation, we're gonna do a fucking episode on that. It's just so beautiful. There's no way we can't touch on it. It's like one of the one of the kings right now.
There's so many shows right now that I'm just ready for them to be done.
Hell yeah!
I like Attack on Titan, but I'm ready to not hear about it ever again.
Honestly, I'm the same way.
And with the season or part 1, 2, 3, 4.
That's 12. What I hate about it. I love the show. I love what the show is. I just don't like the execution about it. And guess what, guys? We're gonna be talking about Attack on Titan 2 weeks. So I'll
next episode.
Yeah, we're definitely gonna dive into that heavy. Yeah. But no, I'm so glad that that's your favorite anime. Like we could be able to share that and we could probably talk about it in next episode for sure though. But on this episode, we're tackling a beloved Ghibli movie. The Ghibli movie name is called Princess Mononoke. I butchered that name so many times, and my friends have, ridiculed me several times. I said Monosoke or Monoloke. But
even after watching the movie, you're still.
Yeah, I still haven't butchered it. But that's the movie we're tackling, and Amanda is going to give us a quick summary about what that movie is. So.
Yeah, I'll try to make it quick. There's kind of a lot to cover to even just get to the basics, right? It's just whatever. Yep. So basically, the summary of this movie is it starts out, we meet Ashitaka, who lives in a village. He gets attacked by a demon, and he has a mark on his arm. And then basically he has to go off to try and change his fate because we find out that mark is going to kill him. So he can't change his fate, but they said, go out, do your best and try. And so as he's out trying to change said fate, he ends up realizing that there's this huge like chaotic kind of war going on between humans and gods. Over, it doesn't say exactly how far, but it's far from where he's from. But so the movie is just about him trying to mediate, this war that's going on. It's not his war. He has nothing to do with it, but he's trying to resolve all of the conflict.
Yep.
And I think, what is it, like a 2.5? Is it 2.5 hours? Was it
I want to
3
say it
hours?
was 2.5. It was a 2.5.
2 hours and 13 minutes.
Oh wow, Jewel with the
I had to look it up.
With the
I had
facts.
enough time to rewatch right before I came here. So
Thank you.
Gotcha.
No, it felt
Right.
definitely spot on. It was a 2.5 movie, but no, yeah, that was a great synopsis of it. I mean, and we're about to talk heavy about it, so if that caught your little tongue or your eyes, I don't know why I said tongue, but if you want to watch it, it's on
Little
HBO
tongue
Max.
at that.
I don't know why I said little. I'm not really sure what's going on with this lemonade I'm drinking, but it's on HBO Max. It's like Jules just said, it's a 2 hour and 13-minute show or movie. So if you're curious about watching it and then joining us while we kind of piece it apart, be more than welcome to watch it and join us later on it. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and start with the topics. And the first question is, what was memorable from this film? So what was your favorite scene? What was your favorite thing that you enjoyed thoroughly in this movie that was written and directed by Hayao Miyazaki? But go ahead. I'll ask Amanda first, since she's used to this kind of format, and then we'll go to Jewel. So Amanda, what's your favorite scene?
Yeah, my favorite scene overall. I mean, I had a really hard time with this question, mainly because I thoroughly enjoyed the entire movie. Like, it was really difficult for me to pick one specific scene over another, because for me, it's just, they're all equally weighted. Now that said, I think the one that probably hit me the most, not like crying, not like that, but the one that really had an impact.
She doesn't cry.
Now in this movie, I don't.
Oh my god. Okay. Anyway.
Okay. Oh, reel it in. Okay. It would.
I'm sorry.
Okay. It would have been the scene. It would have been the scene.
I'm so sorry. I'll mute myself.
Reel it in, Val. Okay. It would have been the scene where you have San trying to kill Miss Iboshi.
Yes.
And then you have Ashitaka that gets in the middle, and like, he's trying to stop them from fighting. They're both adamant about going at it until one of them dies. Everyone in the village is right there, like, cheering on Miss Iboshi. They want it to happen. He's the only one that is trying to not allow this. And what does he do? He pretty much ends up knocking them both out and takes them away, separates them. And I think for me, that was like the defining moment where you realize, I mean, you could tell from the beginning, but that was the real defining moment where you come to the conclusion that he's not for or against either side. He is the median, like the mediary, like, he's the balancing act of the entire war, really.
Yeah.
And so for me, I just thought that was really incredible, because it's pretty rare that you see a character that has that much, resolution for both sides. So that was the part for me that I just loved it.
Okay. You took it a little different turn. I wasn't really expecting that to be, well, never mind. I'm not going to add on to that. So, but no, thank you for sharing. But Jewel, what was your favorite scene? What was your favorite moment?
That's a hard question, because I feel like there are so many like moments within, and there's not really like one defining moment per se.
Yeah.
I mean, one scene that I just love, like how fun and playful it is where they first meet all of the Kodama, the forest spirits, and they're running through the forest, and they're guiding him through, and you know, he's got the guy that's on Yakul and he's carrying the guy on his back. And, you know, as they're running through, you can see the Kodama start to mirror him. And
Kodama,
they've
that's
got
what
the
it's
guys
called.
that they're carrying on their back too. And that is, every time I see it, it just is like, that's so cute. Like,
I know.
and of course, you know, they've got the guys that are like freaking out and they're like, these things are so creepy. What's wrong with them?
Yeah.
But the other moment that I always really love is when they're inside Irontown and Ashitaka goes to visit the women while they're working, and just seeing how like empowered the women are. They're working the iron and they're doing everything themselves.
Yeah.
And they're proud of that.
Those men ain't shit.
Yeah, Iboshi has just like empowered these women to be like, yeah, y'all are bad girls, and like I'm here for it. I know what's up. And kind of how they like shit on all the guys in the video or in the movie, I think is just hilarious that they have that like humor aspect to it with all the women in the village is really funny.
No, absolutely. Yeah, that woman empowerment in that show or that movie is very it's different. I know it's in many anime, like that's something that they focus on, or what I've noticed that they focus on heavy. And I love that. I love that they were able to kind of depict that way. And then how you were talking about like the scenery and everything was just so visually stunning for you to be able to see how everything is interacting as well too. So no, that's spot on. That's spot on.
Having like the really strong female leads is a really big like reoccurring thing for Miyazaki.
Yeah.
And I think I read that somewhere that he always, not always, because he does have male leads, but he does so many strong female leads because he has a granddaughter, and he wants to see these strong women who don't necessarily need a man to come and help them. Of course, you know, you're watching the movie, you're wanting Ashitaka and Sen to fall in love and be together, but she's like, no, I'm one with the forest. Like, I'm just going to do my own thing. Yeah, where she's like, this is my life. Like, I'm not going to give it up to come be a human with you.
Yeah. Yeah. No, yeah. I did not know that he had a granddaughter, and that's the sole reason of why he's pushing for that heavy. So
but that makes me love it that much more.
Exactly, like that little tidbit. Yeah. Like
kind of makes you think about like the other Ghibli movies too, and be like, oh, okay, like, and thinking it from like in the mind of a little girl, like watching this, and, like, cool, because I know, of course, the Disney movies with like the princesses are all beloved, but you know, it's all the same, like damsel in distress. Whereas,
which is getting tired.
Not only are these movies cool, but they're also sending like a better message.
Overall, I agree. I agree. I mean, you have to pull your inspiration from somewhere, so that's cool that you know he's pulling it from some like very intimate, like his family. You know? So I did not know that. That's a great fact right there that I did not know about going into the movie. But yeah, I mean, mine was honestly, I was looking for a hook. Like I came into this movie not thinking I was gonna like it at all. I was worried that I was gonna fall asleep, honestly. And I told myself, listen, just put your phone on do not disturb and like give this movie like 30 minutes of your time. And the only time you're gonna get on your phone is to take notes. So the first thing that hooked me was the music. Like I know this movie came out, correct me if I'm wrong, 1997, right?
Yeah.
7. So it took me like the music that was like being shown, and we're in 2023, like that's crazy. But anyway, it took me back to like that fucking childhood, like anime, like that childhood cartoons. Like music was so beautiful. It fit what they were trying to show every time. Like anything they were trying to display, I felt it through the music. So that was fucking amazing for me. The music scores was kind of like childlike, so that's why it kind of made me revert back into that kind of stage, and I was just like I was hooked off that. And then what happened after that was the whole correct me again, I butcher these names, Ashitaki Ashitaki.
Ashitaka.
Ashitaka.
Ashitaki.
Ashitaka. Hey, I was close. I was close, But I thought it ended with a Y. But when he brought back the iron ball or whatever it was called that was hit that boar, and he was interacting with the elders and everybody in his village, and they were trying to figure out like, hey, why did this boar go become a devil and all? I was like, I want to find out. I was so hooked on like this environment, this show, this world that is being given to us in this movie. I was like, I want to find out what's going on. Like I'm hooked. Y'all got me. This is not a norm that I watch, and it wasn't a lot of action, but I mean, I was just already hooked. I just wanted to, find this, mystery. Like, is it a human involvement? Is there something else? Is he a god, or you know what I mean? But that's the main reason why I liked. Those were the scenes that I liked. Those were my favorite scenes because it hooked me. Because I was very worried I wasn't gonna like this movie. I was ready to trash this movie.
I was kind of concerned too, just because I know it's not your norm.
No.
I was thinking that like of the Ghibli movies, that either this one or Nausicaa or like Porco Rosso, you probably would really enjoy.
Yeah.
But I'm glad you liked this one.
I liked it. There's nothing. We'll go. That's the next question. But I really enjoyed it. Though. And Ashitaka, got it right that time. Ashitaka is a ladies' man. That man is G.
He's got that riz.
Hey, don't do that. Don't do that new.
Yeah, he's a
Generation X lingo. But he's a ladies' man, though.
Yeah,
that man was pulling cheeks left and right, and he didn't even have to do anything. My man walked into Irontown with a shroud.
Like a hood on.
Yeah, like a hood on, and one of the ladies or whatever was like, "Hey, take that mask off. I want to see if you're handsome." Whatever.
His eyes, and she's like,
"Yeah." Hey, I'm like, with your eyes, come on, man.
Yeah, I bet you're hot.
Mm-hmm.
But no, this movie was really good.
She had him wishing that her husband didn't come back alive.
Yes, he did say that.
Yeah, because he saved her husband, and she was like, "Damn, you should have left his ass. I want you."
Oh my god! But there were so many like good. This also happened earlier in the movie. When they were fighting the wolves, like we didn't know like what was going on, or I didn't know what was going on with the wolves. That whole like guerrilla warfare that they were like, hey, they're coming, blah blah blah. Well, keep the bison, make sure that they're calm or whatever. And then they were talking about like, you need to set up here, don't let go. And it was raining, and it was just like, I was like, what's going on? Like, this movie should not be this good. I really was trying to tear it up. Yeah, and I love how like they were talking. Maybe this is like how it was back in the day. I did not know they had to spark like a gunpowder with a flint. Like I didn't know that they had to do that back in the day to actually shoot a thing. I don't even know how that would be accurate. So these motherfuckers have like some kind of genius eye or something.
Yeah. I think it makes sense though, because like if you think of like a cannon, they would have to do like, in like cartoons, they do the fire on top and then it kind of like comes down.
Yeah.
And so I think just with technology, it just became like smaller and smaller. And then now I guess with a normal firearm, that reaction happens in the chamber.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. That's true. Yeah. And well, never mind. I was thinking that the new guns that they were making was better, but it still needed flint as well too. So
yeah,
they were better, but they were lightweight because
That's right.
The whole reason she was doing that is because the women weren't able to handle the guns because the guns were too heavy. So she was trying to make them as lightweight as possible. But hold on, can we pause for a second? Why
pause?
that just reminded me. Why were the people that were like rebuilding and working on the guns, why were they hidden away in her garden that no one goes to? And why were they wrapped completely up? Like you could not.
They were lepers.
They were lepers.
Yeah,
they were.
And they didn't know. I don't know how to
It's like a, from what I know, it's like a skin disease, where your just like skin is very fragile, but it really disfigures you. And so a lot of people just like don't care for the
They're like
people.
shunned.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. Okay.
You know, they have this life-changing illness, and then it then causes them to be disabled, and they're, you know, disfigured from it. And so I think it's similar to what she was doing with the women, where they say, they bring it up multiple times, that they're like, yeah, she goes and grabs girls from brothels and brings them here and gives them a better life. And she, you know, depending on where you stand with the movie, and I think it does a good job of kind of not really like making you pick a side, but it does really well of staying pretty neutral through the movie, where you're like, yeah, I can see, like, of course they don't want the forest to get destroyed because it's killing nature and the ecosystem and the habitat that these creatures are living. And then of course you understand like that, you know, they're trying to make a better life for themselves. And Lady Eboshi is taking in all of these underdogs essentially and giving them purpose. And, you know, how she's given all these people hope that, you know, wouldn't normally have that. So, and the whole time, you know, Ashitaka is just trying to navigate through that.
Yeah.
I think one of the quotes in the beginning that the elder lady says to him is, you know, to see with eyes unclouded by hate.
Yeah, I wrote that down.
Yeah, and
I was like, that's powerful.
he really plays into that quote so much, even as he's trying to battle with the curse that he has, that is, you know, from the hatred and the rage that this boar god had, you know, when he was turned into a demon because they were destroying the forest.
I do have a question about that. So he was infected or whatever with the curse, but why was he losing control when he saw the forest god for the first time, when he was he was trying to navigate through the forest? I don't know if y'all remember that scene when it was like he didn't see it, but like he thought he saw something. It was like the deer was like in a golden shrine or whatever.
Yeah.
But his hands started to lose. I don't understand why he was losing control that first interaction. If he doesn't know what that was, why would he hate? Or is it just because like he hates, the curse hates anything pure, or what was that about?
I'm not sure. I think a lot of times in Ghibli movies, it's kind of like he writes it in a way that you get to decide for yourself what you think it means.
Gotcha.
And like, to me, I feel like it kind of was just a reaction to this very strong presence that he's seeing for the first time. Even though as you start to progress throughout the movie, you see the curse manifest itself more, whether that's like in strength or in a moment of like anger or a really heightened emotion. You'll see, you know, the reaction with his arm. But for that one, I think it just is that you could tell that he could feel this like very strong presence coming.
Exactly.
That's
Yeah.
why he looked up.
Yeah.
And that's kind of like how I felt that it was just a reaction to this, you know, godly presence that just appeared.
That would make the most sense. No, yeah. I like that. I like that he's, and that's how, well, we can talk about it. It's a scene. I mean, the ending was just left into your kind of interpretation about what you think is going to happen with, you know, her dealing with the forest or nature and him dealing with society and the modernization of that, you know? So, I like that. If movies like if or the Ghibli movies are like that in general, I don't see myself hating any of them, honestly.
Yeah. There are definitely some, I would say, that have a more adolescent, like youthful feel to it.
Yeah.
And like My Neighbor Totoro, for example, it still has some pretty mature undertones watching as an adult.
Yeah.
But it has just a different type of like childlike wonder and like magic to it, where this one does have some good like magical elements to it, but in a more serious way. It
Gotcha.
definitely is a more mature film.
No, 100%. Sorry, I was drinking lemonade, but no, 100%. But this is going to go to the second topic or second question. Could there have been anything different done in this movie to make it better? So I'll go ahead and pass it off to you that question. But do you think there anything could have been done in this movie, or any addition, removal, whatever, that could have made this movie any better? What do you think?
I think me personally, I would like a little more elaboration on the lore kind of around the forest god.
Mm,
Um, because they say that he takes life and he gives life, or something along those lines. And so um, they have all the other gods. So there's like the wolf god and then the boar god, and you get to see the apes surrounding as they're leaving the Iron Town. And so, of course, one can assume that there's also an ape god. But
yeah.
you, it's interesting because the the forest god looks so much like a lot of the creatures that are around. It looks like a deer, but then also maybe like some of the other creatures that we see, or and even see in a forest like that. And so I think, well, I feel like the story is perfect. I just would like to have seen more elaboration on kind of,
Yeah, just an explanation to give you the why,
yeah.
really, instead of just being
See,
able to
but
look around.
I'm going to play devil's advocate here. I'm on the opposite end of that. I kind of liked that they left it as vague as they did, because then it was open to my interpretation, right? I can form
Yeah.
Exactly.
I
Yeah.
can form my own ideas and opinions and, conspiracies about what it could be that he has, all this power to do, or why, things like that. I liked that I got to figure that out myself. Similar
Mhm.
to the ending of the movie, like we don't know what happens after he died, and are they going to live in harmony again? Are the humans going to try and take back over? We don't know, but it was left open to interpretation. So
Yeah.
I pretty much get to finish that in my head, and that's what I
That's
like
so
about
fair.
it.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Got you. No, I mean, and I would agree. Again, like I said, I like that you can be able to make that, inference of what you want the conclusion of that story to be. Honestly, I mean, for me personally, or let's go ahead and ask Amanda. What would you like to see differently done in this movie that could have made it better? If you think there could have been anything done in this movie that could have made it better, what do you think, Amanda?
I mean, I've been thinking about this since we started the podcast, and I don't have anything. I just think that I just think as I'm watching, I can't even speak because I'm um as I was watching this movie the first time and now the second time, and when I talk to others about this movie and I explain what it's about, and like the longer I think about the entire complexity, just all the complexity of this movie and how well it was done,
Yeah,
I don't have anything that I would change about it. Nothing I would take away, nothing I would add in. I think it was just done perfectly. I think it's a fantastic movie. I don't
Mhm.
have anything.
yeah. I mean, I'm gonna go ahead and answer myself that question as well. I'm on your boat. I'm on your boat. I came into this movie trying to rip it apart, honestly, and I was trying to find every like little things. The only thing really that I don't like that I could it's something small is I'm gonna butcher it. I love butchering these words, but it's the Kodoma or Kadoma. Am I saying it right?
The
Those
Kodama.
little Kadama,
Yeah.
whatever. But I didn't like them. I know they're behind my fucking background, whatever. But
Yeah, you got one on your shoulder right now.
I know they're probably like, what the fuck? But
You didn't like their little heinies?
I think they were.
I love their little butt cracks.
I know.
They they just were weird. They were the weirdest. Like everything should have been.
They're like this.
More weirder. Yeah, and they're just like they honestly like were crickets. There were crickets in the movie, and I hate crickets, and that's what they were to
That's
me in the whole
funny.
movie.
You didn't like that scene where like Ashitaka just got shot. He's laying on that island in the middle of the forest, and then the forest spirits coming down. All the Kodama are on the tops of the trees.
Yes, and they're like,
and then all this wind like blasts, and they all just shoot their hands up, and they're like, wee! It's so like you didn't like that.
It is.
I think y'all like that cute shit. I did not like that part. And that's why movies like this movie I don't like.
I bet he doesn't like the Spit Sprites either.
That shit was
that was so cute.
Honestly, I think there was a guy that he was trying to carry, Tasha Ashitaka, and they got to the beginning of the forest and it was like, what the fuck is that shit?
That was you.
Like, that was me. It was like, I was like, what the fuck? Like,
you're like, these guys give me the heebie-jeebies. I don't want to be here. Yeah, they're just fucking with us. Lost.
They look weird. They look fucking weird. They look weird. They look weird.
Hate to break it to you, buddy, but don't ever come over to my house then, because
I've been to your house. I've never seen them.
They're everywhere.
You don't look now.
They're all over my house. I got like a 50-pack. They're everywhere.
Oh hell yeah, that's what I need.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
But no,
you just hide them in all these different places, and then
they glow in the dark,
at my work desk, huh?
They glow in the dark, right?
Yes, they do glow in the dark. So I also keep them on my desk at work. So when people walk by, like they either know or they know. It's like one of those very subtle weeb hints. So when someone walks by and they see that, like they know or they don't, and they're like, "What is that?"
I think that's weird.
It's a tree spirit.
It's a forest sprite. Yeah, whenever
it's a tree spirit. Do you want one?
I have 50 more.
Yeah, you're like, no, trust me, I have plenty.
All right.
Yeah. Whenever I got my Soot Sprite tattoo, it was real inconvenient timing. But the I think COVID like lockdown happened like 3 or 4 months later.
Yeah.
And so when I finally started going out places, people would be like, "Oh, is that a COVID-19?" Because I just have like a little like puffball essentially. And they're like, "Oh, is that a COVID?" I'm like, "No, please get away from me."
I would have started telling people yes, it's a COVID. It is a COVID. Yeah.
It's a COVID.
That's how they know if you're vaccinated or not, is if you have one of these.
You have a tattoo. Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
Another thing though, since this is just like small stuff. Like again, I was trying to rip apart this movie, and this is what I had in the bad list. But when San was chewing up that food because homie was dead, or
she was baby birding him.
Yes, that whole shit, and they just met a couple. They just met a couple days ago. I was like, I'm like, stop that. I was like, I don't like that. I don't like that at all.
I think it was supposed to be an intimate moment, though.
You think she was just being a good person?
Romantic sense, it was just supposed to show that Sen, as this like isolated human, you know, living in the forest, is capable of caring for someone else. Because
Still has
she
that human
spent her
characteristic.
entire life hating humans. And this, of course, whenever this town comes and they're, destroying the forest, cutting down all the trees. I think it's that whole kind of scene, where she saves Ashitaka. And it's great development for her because she just it really shows that she's changing and considering, caring about other people. I didn't see it as like a romantic, intimate moment in that way. It just was, her caring for another human being.
No.
Yeah. No, I think the same thing. And I also think part of it was at that point, it was still so early on in their development of whatever we'll call it, a relationship, friendship, whatever you want it to be. But it was so early on at that point. And you're right. She had grown accustomed to just hating humans so much. And this one was different, vastly different. And so I think part of it was also he sparked her curiosity, right? And she didn't want him to die because she was curious. Like, who is this person? I've never seen. He's got that ruse. But he was a curiosity to her. I think that played a huge part in it too.
I think it was like
what else he was capable of.
Yeah, it's like almost that light switch where it's like, okay, maybe not every single human is horrible.
Yes. And it goes back to like for me, the theme of the whole movie, like it was just trying to prove that everybody isn't evil. You know what I mean? Everybody, don't judge it. And that's going back to me and the Kodomo, whatever the fucking earth spirits, plant spirits, naked spirits, whatever there are.
Tree spirits.
Booty spirits.
Spirits.
But like, right, you shouldn't judge a book by the cover. And that's what, even with the boars, as idiotic as they are, like even that blind boar, I forgot his name, that god or whatever, the elder, like he did not, he doesn't fuck with humans. But when he met Ashitaka, he was like, hey, like, I understand why you're here. You're trying to, blah, blah, blah. Like, was coming into unison about that. So I can't hate this movie. I can't hate this movie for what it stands for. Like, honestly, it was really beautiful coming back to it. I mean, it was amazing. It was amazing. And I understand why you said, Amanda, why you said that there was an underlining theme in this movie that a lot of people should appreciate. It's not about this, that's why anime is so good. Like, the way that you can storytell in anime is just so different than you can with a regular Hollywood film. It's amazing. It really is. That this movie will stick with me. It really will.
See, and what I love about that, you mentioning like there's different themes in it, is, and this is what I was trying to express to you when I was trying to get you to watch it or interested in watching it, is you could show this movie to 10 different people. And at the end of that movie, you'll ask them, okay, obviously it's about war. There's conflicts, humans, animals, whatever. But what's the underlying theme that you noticed? And all 10 of them will probably have noticed a different underlying theme based on, what they're currently going through at any given moment in their lives. But like you said, there's the don't judge a book by its cover. There is like every single one of them was justified in their own way. Like there's all these different themes, and it's relatable to so many different people on that scale. I just love that. I love that.
Yeah.
Because like for me, whenever I watch it, the biggest thing that like sticks out to me is the deforestation and the destroying, like, the Iron Town destroying this habitat. Because that is like a very real thing that we're dealing with every day. And so I think it's interesting that he created a story around this as early on as he did. And it was just like, this is a problem. And it's still a problem.
It is.
Still is very relevant in today,
Did you guys know, I was kind of like trying to find like fun facts about this movie. Jewel kind of beat me to the first one, which I didn't know about. But this was the first anime movie that was I don't want to say debuted, but like widespread theatrical throughout theaters throughout the country that happened in the US and also was dubbed by a Hollywood cast as well too. So
Yeah.
this was the very
Really?
first one. Yeah, I did not know that. I did
Yeah.
not know that going into
Most of the Ghibli movies are actually done by Disney.
really
Disney typically does the dub. So you'll see really big A-list actors.
voice casting or
Yeah.
dubbing.
Yeah.
Well, that's like in House
Christian
Moving
Bale
Castle.
is
Yeah,
Howl.
House Moving
Yeah.
Castle.
Oh, there's like some A-list.
Yeah.
Christian Bale.
Oh, he's in
Is that
there?
what it is?
Christian Bale is Howl.
He's Howl. He's the main character.
Damn.
He
I didn't
is
know that. I didn't
guy.
know that. Christian Bale is
And it makes Howl much better.
okay. And then another fact is that I don't know if y'all watched the movie. I haven't, but Snow White and the Huntsman kind of adapted from this movie. They I don't want to say steal, but they took some ideas and they applied it into their movie. Allegedly. So, and when I was watching, like I saw a TikTok about it or whatever, and they were like having comparison and everything. Like the forest god was like this little deer or elk in the Snow White movie, and then those fucking forest spirits or whatever were like little creatures in Snow White as well too. I'll send it to y'all, but I thought it was pretty cool. I don't know if it's true, but I was a little
Oh my god. Okay, I'm sorry. I had to look up to see if there were any voice actors that we would know.
Name them.
Toki, the girl, the wife that comes out and is like, "You should have left my husband."
Yeah, who is she?
There.
I love her.
Jada
I love her
Pinkett
attitude. You're
What?
lying.
100%.
That's I knew that fucking voice.
Yeah.
Are you lying?
I'm 100%.
Jada Pinkett voice acted this
The
movie?
queen herself.
Wow.
The other ones.
No wonder I like
let's
this movie.
see. The only one in here that like I know who they are is like Billy Bob Thornton, John DiMaggio.
Who was he? Who was
Billy Bob Thornton was Jico, the guy who like cut the head off.
Really? Yeah.
Yeah. And
Interesting.
then Billy Crudup was Ashitaka. He looks familiar.
I don't think I know.
Oh yeah, when I was watching with Empati actually, he mentioned about that actor.
Ashitaka.
Yeah. He's actually a big, well, I don't know anything about the guy, but
Billy
he's a big
Crudup.
Yeah, he's a big
yeah, I'm trying to find something else that he's in, but but I mean, these people were big 90s actors too.
That's what I'm saying, like, and that's why it was so like big, because when I was reading about it, or when I was reading about like it was a Hollywood thing, or like this was the first anime movie that debuted or whatever, they were saying that this movie was probably the biggest grossing before Titanic came behind it and then toppled it. So that was an interesting fact as well too. I don't doubt why it was so big. It's really a powerful movie. I should have looked up if it won any awards. I don't doubt that it did, but it just makes you think. It really does. Like, I do like shonen movies where there's action, and I do like that some shonen does make you think. But this one really like made you like calm down and just focus. Like, hey, like you got to kind of self-reflect a little bit,
Yeah. And it's interesting because I think a lot of Ghibli movies are kind of that same format where it's not, it's not an action movie. It's not a fantasy movie. It's not romance. It has all of those elements that they're all tying up, but they're not trying to like shove it down your throat.
Yeah.
They're taking the little bits of everything and just a really unique storytelling experience.
That guy. He's that guy. He's that
It
guy.
definitely is very special to just the Ghibli and Miyazaki movies, like in general.
No, yeah, he definitely has made something very unique for this. I don't know, is it a genre now or is it just anime? I don't think there's a specific genre for these type of movies.
The Ghibli movies, I feel like, are kind of their own thing. Yeah. It's not, I wouldn't even say that it's like its own genre, but in a way it kind of is, because the way that they're telling these stories, and a lot of the time is really similar from each movie to movie, but obviously the plots are vastly different.
Yeah.
But I think that storytelling technique that Miyazaki does so well is very unique to the Ghibli movies,
to the series
in general. Yeah,
to the collection of
collection.
Yeah.
So I have a question that just kind of popped in my head. I don't even know if we're not going to be able to have an answer for this, but I noticed, so San, the main character, she has her tattoos. She was raised by wolves. Kiba in Naruto with the dogs has the exact same tattoos. So I'm wondering if there's some sort of Japanese lore or some cultural aspect that has to do with those tattoos and something to do with dogs or wolves or like something of that nature, because both of them, very closely related, have the same marks.
Yeah.
It's very similar.
Or if maybe Kiba was an ode that was thrown into Naruto, as an ode.
Yeah. That honestly could be
that
a really cool idea, because Akamaru, when he's in the big form, he looks like Goro, like the big white wolves. Yeah.
I wonder.
I think that might be a tip off to that. I would believe
but
that.
Actually, I don't know if y'all
great insight though.
But in the Jujutsu Kaisen manga, they actually have they refer to Princess Mononoke.
Do they really?
No, they do not. I have it. Which book? I'll find it. Which volume?
It's pretty. I would say
oh my
it's gonna be like season 3. So like definitely in like the 150 chapter ish. I'm pretty far because I'm reading up on the Shonen Jump app, but they're basically I think they're basically just talking to this guy, and they're like, well, we have this news, and they're telling it to this guy, and he goes, dang, this has me more bummed than that time Yakul got shot in the butt with an arrow.
No.
Honestly, let's talk about that. I don't like that Yakul just couldn't just stay there. I feel like Yakul was more of a burden when he got shot and was
stop that right now.
Was not
that.
He just is so like a dedicated companion.
I love that.
Ashitaka so much that he was like, I can't be away from you. That's why the whole time that he, Ashitaka's laying on that island in the forest, Yakul is just right there with him.
He's his like loyal protector and companion. Notice anytime Ashitaka was in a bad situation, he would jump on Yakul. They'd get the fuck out of there. He was his protector.
But at that time during war, you're making a worse situation for both of them. Like you can't move as fast as like you just said to get. I'm just saying.
He's an elk. I doubt he thought about it that way.
He was just.
I think that elk is very smart, actually. I think.
You're like, I think he did think about it.
I think he really did. I think he gave it a lot of thought, and I think Yakul was very selfish with that decision he made.
I think that he felt safest with Ashitaka.
Okay, we can wrap it up like that. I like that. I like that answer.
A loyal companion.
Besto friendo.
Oh gosh! Now
shout out JJK.
Yeah, don't get me started on that because Allie is also my daddy. I love him so much. I have this reoccurring thing where I only like the beefy meathead characters. So, Armstrong.
Yeah.
Obviously my daddy. Tengen.
Yeah.
And then Aoi.
I think you only like Tengen because he has those little fucking braces or something. I don't even know.
No, I don't know what it is about him, but
it's the white hair.
That it is.
The white hair do be enticing.
I
don't know, just the beefy like meathead guys are always so like memey, and I love that. They just bring so much comedic relief.
Yeah.
Love that bitch.
I'm not gonna go into mine. That's for another day.
Okay, yeah. Well,
that's like a whole nother like husband knows special.
Yeah. We'll save that for special.
No, mini episode. Who has the most Riz? Just do a tournament. Do a tournament.
That's like a Valentine's Day like special love episode.
That is so fucking
smart. Get Michelle on here, all the girls, and
girls
we
just
I'm just gonna mediate.
Bye, Val. Just edit the video.
Okay, take over.
I love it. I love it.
But I'll go ahead and wrap us up. But if you guys are interested again to watch the movie, it is currently still being streamed on HBO Max. Again, the movie is Princess Mononoke, not Mononoke Psych. So definitely type it correctly, or else it's not going to pull up. But I do want to thank Jewel for being our guest and being part of our Anime of 3 podcast. Do you have anything you want to say before I go ahead and sign us out?
No, thanks for having me.
I'm glad that you joined us.
Yeah, I'm gonna remember all of you guys when I'm famous.
Oh my gosh. Okay, well, you heard it here from Jewel, the one queen, the lover of all muscles, everything about it. But I am also joined with my co-host, so can't forget about Amanda. Do you have anything that you want to sign us off with?
Yes. Join us next week. It's going to be a legendary next episode. It's going to be legendary. I think it's going to probably be one of our longer episodes.
It's going to be long.
We got a lot to talk about. Oh, I have like 10 questions just in our notes. I got to narrow it down to like 3. But join us next week. It's going to be a
You don't want to tell them what
episode.
It is?
No. What we're gonna be going on?
Yeah, don't.
It's gonna be a surprise.
It's
a surprise.
Let the suspense build.
Yeah.
Keep them guessing.
Just know it's gonna be great.
But thank you, Amanda, for that. But again, you can officially strap out. Also, be able to check our socials. It is Anime of 3 on Instagram, on Twitter, on TikTok, YouTube. You got to put the number 3 if you want to find us on there as well too. But again, you can officially strap out. And thank you for joining us at Anime 4-3. Peace. Well, that was fun.
That was
fun. You sent me this text earlier, and it just was very funny. You said, "Sounds good, Princess Mononoke," and I responded to it with Princess Inosuke.
Yeah.
And that really got me thinking. Why is Princess Mononoke a weird, like, female version of Inosuke? Like,
I don't. Well, let me
obviously
see.
more chill, but like she's got the fur, she's got the mask, like
Let me hold on.
hanging out in the forest.
You're thinking about the Demon Slayer.
Yeah, Inosuke.
Yeah.
You're thinking
Are you
that
trying to
there's.
find the quote now?
Yes.
Yeah, trying to find a quote. Oh, you mean Amanda?
I think
I
I
don't
have
see-
it actually.
I don't see it.
Damn.
I don't see it.
No.
I don't see
It's
it.
it's gonna be in volume 19, and that's not out yet. That's out in May.
No, I'm
You
not
have all the mangas?
It's that part.
Yeah, for
where,
JJK.
Wow.
It's
has that like I don't want to give too much away. Has that like
Hey, don't ruin it.
oh wait. It says I thought
when
it said
they're on that
185.
roof,
It's
if they're on
yeah,
a
so
rooftop.
it is in 18. I read 185. It said 158. Oh,
Y'all are
page
really trying to find this quote right
107.
now.
I'm really trying
Yeah.
to not give it away for you, Val.
Yeah, don't ruin it. I mean,
Oh,
Amanda doesn't
see,
care.
I haven't gotten to 18 yet. I'm only halfway through 17. That's why I didn't know. That was my impression
What
of
was that
Inosuke.
laugh?
That was my impression of Inosuke.
Honestly,
You enjoyed it.
he's my second favorite character in Demon Slayer.
He's a hoot.
He's a hoot. He is. I don't know why they always make boar characters like very dumb. I don't like that. But
Dude, now that you guys have seen the movie, Val, did you get what the new t-shirt design was?
I
that
did.
mentioned?
As soon as I saw the eyes, I was like, "Oh, that's why Amanda's
Yes.
making that shit."
Yeah, so
I
Jewel,
have so many questions that you guys
okay.
cannot ruin. Go ahead, Jewel.
I found it. If I bring it up to the screen, like, does that do anything? Like,
let's see.
oh no.
Aww.
It says, I haven't been this bummed since an arrow struck you cool in the butt. And then Panda, Itadori, and Megumi all have like the thought bubble, what a nice life he must lead. Wait, I'll send it in the group chat.
Yeah, send it.
But I remember I read that and I was like, oh my God, this is so funny. But that's one of the things that I really like about Jujutsu Kaisen is that they have so many references to
Pop culture
other
references.
beloved.
What was the one reference? There was a movie that he was watching when he was training his spirit energy or whatever. What was that fucking movie? Fuck. I'm talking about the main character. I forgot his name. Yuji or something.
Story.
What is it?
Oh, also
It was Tom Cruise. It was a Tom Cruise shit. Tom Cruise and Jennifer Lawrence. It wasn't. Yeah.
Oh my God. What's your ideal girl? I love girls with tall girls with a fat ass like Jennifer Lawrence.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I love when they talked about like Bleach Bankai and yeah, it's all coming back to me.
I love those references. They're so fun.
You know what it was? It was Lord of the Rings. He was watching Lord of the Rings in that attic while he was training. It was about
No, he
Sam
was
and Frodo.
not.
It was.
Watching.
He was watching Lord of the Rings. He was watching Sam and Frodo. That's what he was watching. I promise.
Are you kidding me?
I promise. I promise. I promise.
I'm gonna have to watch that clip.
Do you think this is going to be a loaded question?
Oh, it does say he was watching Lord of the Rings.
Yes.
I'm gonna have to watch the clip.
Attack on Titan, Demon Slayer, Jujutsu Kaisen. You can only have one.
Fuck, marry, kill. Got it.
Yes. Now, great way to summarize. Yes, exactly. Yes, that's what I'm going for. Yes. But what would you guys choose? Honestly, honestly.
Wait, what are the options
You
again?
said Attack on Titan, Demon
Attack.
Slayer, and JJK.
Yes.
Oh, kill Attack on Titan right off the bat. I would be happy to never talk about Attack on Titan again.
Damn.
But I have read it. I know how it ends. I think the shit that they're pulling with like just stringing it out is just. I think everybody's over it.
I've been over it. I've been over it since season 3.5.
And like, yeah, the only reason I read it was because I was like, I'm tired. I'm tired of waiting. I need to know what happens.
I'm tired of this, Grandpa.
That's too damn bad.
Hey.
That's literally what they said.
Mm.
And I cannot wait until Attack on Titan is over.
Yeah.
See, this is a question that I have potentially to go through in our next episode. Is literally that. Do you agree or do you think that Mappa is unintentionally ruining Attack on Titan by doing what they are with the ending? Because I think a lot of people are in that mindset where they're like, at this point, I'm over it. They've been milking this for so long. I'm irritated. I'm tired. I want it to be done. But also, when you think about it, the quality of animation that we're getting, that shit takes a lot of time. So it's like, do you want to sacrifice the quality and get this, get it done and over with? Or do you want to get quality?
Like watching that episode, especially like when I think I sent a picture of it too when I was watching it earlier, just even in the scenes where it was like just Reiner just standing there and you can see like the clouds and the sky behind him. It's just stunning. And I'm like, why are y'all putting so much work into this shot? And I'm not mad at it because it looks amazing.
Yeah.
But
I will say,
I wonder if it's Mappa or if it's just like the creator, or they're just like, everyone is so hyped for this shit. Like, we got to draw it out as long as we can.
Mm-hmm.
No, I mean, I will say, going back to that animation that you were talking about, like, I think they do a very great job telling or drawing out or depicting emotions on people's faces. I think you can tell like what that person is feeling just by able to see that still shot that they always do with the music, obviously, and everything. But and going back to that special episode or whatever they're fucking doing, part 1 or episode 1, Reiner's face when he was talking to what's that homie guy Connie, yeah. And they were just both like kind of apologizing at the same time and understanding that they're both pretty much good guys and bad guys. And they didn't say it, but you can read it off their faces, And that's something that you can do while you're acting, like, with humans. Yeah. But when it's being drawn, that's fucking hard. I think that's amazing.
That honestly had me really emo too, because
that scene.
Yeah,
that scene hit
for the first time is when they sympathized with Reiner and Annie and Bertolt, and they were like,
we get it.
They were like, that must have been so hard. Like, I understand you now.
Yeah.
I may not agree, but like, I'm so sorry that like you had to experience this.
Because it's not a black and white decision that they have to make.
And I think that's why that betrayal hurt them so much more too, is because they now like they knew that like they were friends, and like Reiner cared about everybody.
Yeah, he really did. He's a softie. He's a softie of the group that people don't really want to acknowledge. He's a softie. I was surprised.
I love that.
Go ahead.
I love that they've kind of reeled him back in. Like season 3, he started going kind of crazy where he was really like he was compartmentalizing himself and ultimately creating different personalities to try and justify what he did and where he's at, like back home. And I kind of didn't like it. I didn't like the direction they were taking him. So I'm glad
that was awesome to me.
Because I didn't but I didn't like that they gave him these two entirely different personas, because it was like, on one hand, he wasn't taking responsibility for all of the shit that he did knowingly. But on the other, like, I just didn't like it. But that's why I appreciated that plane scene so much more when they were discussing this, because now he doesn't have his split personas anymore. He's not compartmentalizing. It's just flat out in front of him. He's come to accept it.
You
And
can see
now
that he
they're
accepted it
all
100%.
Yeah. I just like that they kind of turned him back around.
Yeah. I think also something that you don't really consider until you get to, like, you know, season 3, season 4, when the Marleyans come into play, is that all of the people who take these Titans over, they are dealing with their own morality the whole time.
The whole time.
The whole time. They know that, yeah, I'm taking this Titan and it's only temporary. I'm going to die. Someone is going to eat me. Like, I don't get to live this long, full life. Like, someone is going, but I'm doing this for my family so they can have a nice life.
And they touched on that. And those families of those kids that were able to decide on that for their families still have those headbands. Like, that's such it holds more value to them than people are saying, just throw that away. No, they can't. That is the most valuable thing in their life. You know what I mean? So, no, it's again, the show is amazing. It's just, I don't like how they're the execution. It's one thing, yes, like if they need time to do whatever, then take the time. Like, go 3 years, but don't give us. I don't like the idea with parts. I don't fully agree. Unless you're gonna do parts and you give us set days that they're gonna be released. Maybe you're gonna release it on, spring 2023 and then fall. Like, then give us those days, but don't be teasing us if we don't know when the next shit is gonna come out, or if it's ever gonna come out.
But that's why I argue that Mappa is unintentionally kind of ruining the show for everyone, because if you were to say Mappa's completely finished, everything's out there, we're 5 years in the future from today, it's finished, and I were to watch it for the first time and I can just binge it through and through,
it would be amazing.
It would be one of the best animes that you'd ever seen in your life, and you'd just be mind fucked. Yeah. But because we're having to wait years and years in between and they're just extending it and all, like, it's kind of ruining the pleasure of this big ending that they've been going towards for so long.
Can you imagine Game of Thrones doing that?
Maybe I'm like of the unpopular opinion, but I personally, I can't say if an anime is one of my favorites or not until I know how it ends. And it's not one of my favorite animes. It's good.
Don't say anything.
But it like, the ending really, like, they've already alluded to it enough, like, so you can probably guess what's going to happen.
Yeah. But kind of worried.
But there's rumors that there might be an anime only ending. Nothing's been confirmed or denied, but there are rumors that we might see an anime only ending.
But
yeah, that's true. I need to figure out how to add
in general are just really problematic for me.
Yeah. I'm trying to figure out how to add Fuck Gabby on here.
Just go to YouTube. Fuck Gabby, fuck Gabby, fuck Gabby. So I told Val for the next episode, for our intro, instead of our normal... Oh, you didn't play that this time, Val.
Play what?
You didn't play our intro.
Boom. Oh no, I like to edit it in there instead. You can't hear anything?
No, I heard the music, but you were muted. We couldn't hear you.
Oh, so that's how that works. So when I play it, it mutes everybody. Cool. But no,
but instead of that, I wanted Val to play Fuck Gabby. Fuck Gabby, fuck Gabby, fuck Gabby, fuck Gabby. Because guess what? Fuck Gabby.
Honestly, I will defend Gabby, though. You already know that.
No, I love that Abby and Aaron are parallels. And I love that I will defend Aaron until Gabby and Aaron are direct parallels of each other. And I will defend Aaron to my death. That is the hill. I will die on it. But fuck Gabby.
Yeah, I feel like watching it, like initially, I think we
Fuck
were all
Gabby.
there, and like she still sucks, but like you definitely sympathize with her more now.
Yeah, she.
Do I?
Oh my god, Gabby is a victim. She is a victim of her environment, and she is not. She is trying her best to be able to play her role in the role that she was given. She didn't
Yeah.
choose this role; she was given this role.
She's just a very sad child. Like she's a kid.
They're all kids, honestly, and that's kind of the sad part about it. I feel worse about Aaron because I don't understand how that man is. I know that man kind of like I think it was talked about in the episode how he was just like I'm destroy like I'm killing millions, like I'm I'm committing genocide pretty much. And he was just like he just keeps on like going back to this like his young version of himself. And I'm like, bruh, like that's not gonna help. Like you're
Well,
literally and yeah, this is what it was. There he saw a
wait,
kid getting fought in the
in the
alley.
beginning,
Go ahead.
when they showed that clip from the first episode,
Yeah.
that hurt.
Yeah.
Because now, like, I don't know, watching that, I was like, this is why he's crying, because he knew he was going to do that. Because with the power from the founding Titan, you see into the future.
Yeah. Are you talking about when he was in a suit and he was walking around? Or are you talking about
No. When he was under the tree and he woke up and he was crying and he goes, I had a dream, but I don't remember what it was.
Yeah.
He saw everything that he does. But that makes me wonder, this is why I fucking love this show as much as I do, because of the like little complexities. I almost wonder if like part of that was future Aaron showing him everything he does so that he can try to like redirect and take a new course.
Oh, but he does remember it, so he can't.
But it's like
I don't know.
All of the Titans saw that too.
Mm-hmm.
So like everyone who had the founding Titan, like
they saw this kid.
Like,
they saw
all
Aaron.
had that future sight.
They saw what Aaron was going to do.
All the founding Titans saw that.
They can see all the way into the past of whoever had the founding Titan, and they can also see all the way into the future of whomever has the founding Titan. It's all lateral to them.
So they were trying to. Were they trying to avoid the situation?
I don't know.
They
don't. I don't even think we finished the manga, and I don't think they ever talk about that.
That's weird.
I don't know. I feel like in a lot of ways, like Aaron wasn't supposed to have it.
Mm-mm.
I don't think he was.
But I think it was by happenstance.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. This shows. Yeah, it's getting me.
I don't know. I just think it's funny that he won Best Character, and he's like not.
Listen, that it's a popularity contest. There's no way he wasn't gonna win. There's no way he wasn't gonna not win.
Who else was?
But
in
I feel like I can justify that.
Not even Nintendo. Actual Best Boy.
See, but the complexity of Aaron's character, I feel like, is you're right. It is a popularity contest, but I could justify it by saying that because he's committing this mass genocide and he's sad about it, but he's doing it anyways. But he knows why he shouldn't, but he's doing it anyway. Like there's just so much to his character. He's not just a simple villain.
Yeah.
He is, but he's not.
Yeah.
Like his morality's not wrong, but his actions are. There's just a lot to him. I agree.
He's a complex character.
Yeah. He is my hell and I will die.
His competition wasn't really that great anyway. I don't know what the fuck that was.
Yeah. Oh my god, Tengen did not win. How dare they?
The nominees was Boji from Ranking of Kings. I don't even know what this Licorice Recoil is.
Oh, that one, best original like anime.
Really?
I've actually heard it's pretty good.
David Martinez, Cyberpunk, Lloyd Frogger, Spy Family, and then yeah, of course he was gonna win this by a landslide. I'm
Spy
sorry.
Family won a lot more than I anticipated. They had a good running in there.
They did.
Cyberpunk, best anime, well deserved. Love that.
Yeah, I cannot believe. Well, looking at the nominees, yeah, Jujutsu Kaisen 0 won best film.
Yeah, as it should have.
Yeah, Dragon Ball Super was trash. One Piece Red was fuck. I don't like musicals. Like, what the fuck was that?
Yeah, you know, that's actually circling back to Jujutsu Kaisen and Mappa. That's one of the things that makes me really upset about how they're drawing Attack on Titan out so much, because it's been 2 years since we had Jujutsu Kaisen, 1 season, and they have like 250 chapters. Or I'm sorry, 215 chapters. They have plenty of content. And the next season is going to be badass. But why do
you say that?
Because I know.
Because we know.
Because I know things.
Well,
hey, speaking of Mappa, did you guys see that Mappa is redoing Berserk?
I need to watch Berserk.
And
if they're gonna redo it, then I'm gonna just wait for Mappa.
I think it's already been redone twice.
Ugh,
there was like there was I'm pretty sure there was a 90s version, and then there was an early 2000s version, which is the most popular, and then Mappa picked it up to do it again. But it's a pretty quick watch. I want to bust it out.
It's only what it's only one. That was weird. Pause. Phrasing. But there's only 1 season.
Gotta bust it out.
A pause. Phrasing. But there's only 1 season though, or
I don't know. I think there's. I have a ghost.
It's all that fucking forest spirit that you got in your fucking house. You need to kick them
Yes,
out.
it is. How many episodes is?
Oh yeah, it does say Berserk is getting a reboot.
There's 25 episodes.
25.
What's 9 plus 10?
21.
No, I'm really excited for this. I think the Attack on Titan episode is going to be phenomenal. I really do. But like, I thoroughly enjoy like us being able to watch a show and then have it fresh in our minds and then talk about it. Honestly, it's kind of hard to tackle a whole series. I'm glad that we are, because like now we can piece together My Hero now a little bit, and be able to tackle stuff like that instead of just going through the whole season.
Did y'all ever watch Rurouni Kenshin?
I tried. I only tried because of
Adult
Swim
reboot.
They're getting yeah.
It's getting a reboot.
It's in the works.
Yeah, I'm so ready. That's the first manga I ever read.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I can't wait for it to actually be redone, because I only caught like little episodes when it was being put out on Adult Swim. So I was like, oh.
Yeah.
I didn't need to finish Inuyasha. I never completed it.
See, you need to finish Naruto.
Inuyasha
Listen,
is one of those where it's like, if you watched it when you were younger, the nostalgia is there, but watching it for the first time as an adult, I think is really hard, because it's that like typical 90s format where every episode, it kind of takes a while. There's a lot of the like, it kind of suffers from the same thing of Dragon Ball, where one fight takes like 5 episodes for no reason. and there's a lot of like Inuyasha, Kagome, and like it's funny now, but
I would hate every part of it.
but
I don't want to rewatch it now.
what you should do is watch a filler list and then just hit the final act. Or just watch the final act, honestly. Because, like, really, at the end of the day, it's like, yeah, they're trying to put together the Shikon Jewel. And then the
So
ending
what is the
actually, like,
plot of that movie? Or not movie. The show again?
Hold on,
He's
wait.
trying to-
Before you get into that, I gotta go, kiddos. I'm gonna jump, but you guys continue discussing. Why is Krishan saying I'm lying again?
I don't know why he said that comment, but he left before we could address it. But
Okay. Whatever. Okay. I'm gotta go to bed.
great
Bye.
episode. Thanks for joining.
Bye, guys. Have a good night.
yeah.
But
Anyway, Inuyasha is great, but it's one of those that's kind of hard to rewatch.
I don't know if I'll ever rewatch it now.
I say, honestly, just watch the final act.
And that's all I need.
Because basically, like, they're running around trying to get put the jewel together.
I know the shard broke
Inuyasha
apart.
is getting like his Tetsaiga all powered up, and then they came back a few years later and then finally did the final act, which is like the actual ending.
Yeah.
Because they kind of just like left us hanging. But the final act is like
It's pretty
one
good.
season. Yeah, just go. And the animation is really good. But that's like them actually doing their last like battle with Naraku.
Interesting. Huh. I mean, I'll have to give it a watch, but I'm not sure. I'm not too sure.
I love Inuyasha. Like for me, it's just very nostalgic because it's one of those that show like animes that I did watch a lot of when I was younger, and I got me an Inuyasha.
You got thrown
too.
into it.
Yeah. So I got my shards of the Shikon Jewel. I don't know the best way to.
I could.
There you go.
Wow.
Yeah.
I didn't know you had that.
It's
okay?
new.
You love Inuyasha.
I love it. It's a big meme.
It is a meme fucking show, honestly.
You know what? And the movies on Netflix, fire. They are so good. They are not canon, but they are fantastic. The animation is stunning. And
so you would rather die for the movie itself, but not the.
There's 4 movies, and they're all fire. Because you get like a little bit of the drama, the action is really good, and they're just like
What else?
Fun. Inuyasha and Kagome kiss in one. You know, we love that sexual tension.
When did this movie come out? Last question, and then we can end it.
It came out, I mean, while the show was still airing. But the budgets for the movies are, of course, different. Let me see. Oh my God, one came out in 2001.
There's multiple movies.
2002. 2004. Yeah, I think there's either 3 or 4 Inuyasha movies. Yeah, so they have one from 1, 2, 3, 4.
Wow.
There's 4 movies.
Wow.
They're all great. You don't need to watch them in any particular order.
They're just all freaking good.
Yeah, actually good.
Well, I'm gonna give it a watch. I'll give it a watch. I'll give it a watch.
Yeah, I do recommend it. The one that I like is there's Beyond the Looking Glass,
Mm-hmm.
and then Affections Touching Across Time. Those are the two that I like. So one's got like the weird moth dude, and then the other one is like just Inuyasha on the front. But they're on Netflix.
Is it really?
All four of them are on Netflix.
I think you might have given me something new to watch.
Yeah, but the movies are really good, actually.
Yeah. I think you might have given me something new to watch. I definitely need a new anime show that I can watch, but is dubbed, because I cannot watch sub and work at the same time. But
yeah, I get that. I just got a Funimation subscription, so I'm on the hunt.
oh, I'm living.
Yeah, I'm contributing to society now.
I love it. Love it. But yeah, let me end this and get this going. But thank you so much for joining us.
Yeah, of course. Thank you for having me. Let me
It
know
was-
when that Brotherhood episode is coming. You know, a bitch is there.
Listen, I might do it right after our Attack on Titan. Not at you, but there's so many other animes, so I should probably wait off on it. So
Yeah, you just got to make your list, and then
yeah.
I think I don't know. It's hard because I feel like you have to decide: do you want to do a deep dive? Do you want to take it like season by season? Like, how do you want to approach something like that?
I think I'm now that you said it, because what we're doing with the avatars, we're doing. Well, no, we're not actually doing it, but we do have a 4-part series going on with it.
Yeah.
So I might tackle it that way, so I can be like, we're doing one season. I think there's only 4 seasons of Full Metals,
Yeah.
but that could work. That could work.
Yeah. Well, plus, I don't know. Because for me, I feel like I would want to rewatch. I am about to start a rewatch, but
I just love Full Metal so much. I just want to rewatch it all the time.
it honestly it holds up though. I'm not even gonna lie.
It does.
I still got my tattoo in the works. Like I'm thinking about it. I got it saved. Like this is the one that I got right now. Can you see? Yeah.
Yeah, don't forget October 11th.
But I also really want a Derpy Alphonse because I love him. Oh wait, let me show you my hoodie.
Hoodie. I'm gonna stop.
No.